be all the ones that begin with the word Scott. If we run that, so you can see all of these ones are the ones that begin. So we want all the ones that begin or end or in the middle. So we need asterisk, Scott, asterisk. And if I run that now, there we go. So I've got here 133 records. Okay, the next one was age is 30 or less. So we're going to go to the age, and here we want less than or equal to 30. Let's run that again. Remember, always run where you make a change. Now I've got 35 records. That's pretty good. Okay, that looks normal. Okay, so let's jump back. So we've done that part. We've done that part in this order with data and labels displayed. Do not group the data. Sorts the data into ascending order of area and descending order of age. Then it's got has a page orientation of portrait, fits a single page, includes this. So the rest I'm going to do when I'm creating the report. Now, I have had questions about, can you not do the sorting from the query design? Now, it says here, I want to ascending order of area and descending order of age. So I could put here ascending order of area and then descending order of age, but which one is going to be first and which one's going to be second? That's questionable. Okay, so when you've got two criteria for sorting, you can't really do it from here. Okay, but if you do, you really have to go just double check and probably have to do it again later to make sure it's correct. So we're not going to do that from there. We're going to click on save. We're going to call this Q21 for query or question 21. And we're going to close that. Now we're going to create the report. Create report wizard. We need to choose the query. So here it is, query 21, and we're going to add everything. Double check these are in the right order. Last name, first name, age, pace, club, and area. They are. Next. We don't want any grouping. So again, question is, which one of these two do we choose? Well, this one, you can see it's going to group all the data by club name and area, and then the rest underneath. This one, there's no grouping. So this is the correct one to use. Do we want any manual grouping? No, it didn't ask for anything. So we ignore that. Next. Then we can do the sorting from here. I used to do the sorting from here, but what happens is, as soon as you sort, for example, on ascending order of area, it's going to switch everything up. It's going to, in my report, it's going to change the order of the fields. So I now prefer actually doing this from the report design view. But you can, if you want, do it from here and put the first one here, which is area in ascending order and age. Then you will put here age in descending order. But I'm going to do it from the design view from now on. Next. I want this in portrait, tabular, next. Preview the report, finish. So here's my report. I'm just going to double check these are all in the right order, and they are. I'm now going to go to, I can see some of these are cut off, so I'm going to have to modify some things here. The first thing I'm going to do is do my sorting. So I've already got the sorting here, but if you don't, at the top in the design view, you've got group and sort up here in the report design. Click on that, it opens this area at the bottom. So I want to add a sort. I want the sort to be on ascending order of area. So I'm going to choose area, and I want that with A on top, ascending. If A is number 1, B is 2, C is 3, and so on and so forth, ascending going from 1 to 26 is going to be with A on top going to Z. Then I want a second sort. So I'm going to add the secondary sort, which is on the age. And we want that in descending order, so highest to lowest. So we're going to change this one, sort by age, largest to smallest. I'm just going to check this by viewing my report and seeing what it's done. So there you go. I've got area, order of area is ascending. So where's area? That's ascending from N, S, and onwards. And then in here, I've got the age in descending. So these ones, 30, 28, 27, 26, 25. Perfect. So that works. Now I need to go and adjust everything to make sure everything fits nicely. So this is just a matter of moving things around. You can see my first name is quite big. The last name is taking up quite a bit of space. So I can click on that, hold the control button, just make that a little bit smaller there. move this over here just to give me a bit more space. And I'm just going to keep previewing. Again, some of you prefer a layout view. That's absolutely fine. Whatever works for you. Anything that works for you, that's absolutely fine. I just need to make that just a little bit bigger. My club name is fine. And I think that fits. Everything is viewable now. Okay, so let's go back. So all the fields, like order is done, sorts the data is done, page orientation portrait is done, fits on a single page. We're going to have a look at that in a second, just to make sure it does. Includes the text. I'm just going to copy that because if I type this out now, I'm sure I'm going to have a spelling mistake. So, and has your name, center number, and candidate number on the report. Doesn't say where. So go back to design view. I'm going to go up here to my title, paste that in there. Now it wants my details somewhere on the report. I always suggest always use, unless specifically tells you to a report footer, always use the page footer. So I'm going to delete what's in here. I'm going to add a label, not a text box, not this one here, the label. And I'm just going to draw a label over here on the right because that's where I want it, and add my details. Okay, and that's perfect. Now I can, if I want, go to home, and if I just click on that box to select it, I can align it to the right. Just so it looks neat. Okay, so that's all done. I'm just going to click on save. I'm going to go to preview. There it is. Now I'm going to go to print preview and see if this fits on one page. So file, print preview, print preview. No, it doesn't. Can you see I've got this? This is a dark area here. I can click on that. That goes to page 2. Now that fits a little bit more there. So again, Cambridge, why are you doing this? This is just mean. Okay, so let's go back to design view. They've introduced so many new things this year in this November paper. It's just unfair. So can you see this thing here? This is something many students do. So I'm going to show you the wrong thing to do. These are the field names. Okay, these don't have any data. This is the data area. So each new line is this. If I increase the space of this like so, look what happens. You see I've got a bigger gap, and that's going to give me even more pages. Okay, so what I want to do, I want to try and make that gap as small as possible. So I'm just going to select all of these like so. Using the arrow keys, just move that up a bit. Then take this and move this all the way so it's just touching there but not going over the data. That makes that really narrow. All right, let's see what we have now. Let's go to print preview. There you go. Can you see that has now fitted on one page? Perfect. And that's just by making the height of those rows slightly smaller but making sure everything displays. Okay, perfect. And do I need to do anything else? No, my name is at the bottom. Save and print your report. So from here, I can simply go to print, and you will choose your appropriate printer and print that off. Okay, so I think that's everything perfect on there. Nothing is being cut off. Fantastic. So that part is done. I'm just going to click on save, and I can close that report. Go to my question paper, double check, has your name, center number, orientation. So that's all done. We now go to number 22. What else is after this? Oh, this is the last one. Okay, so we've got one more query and report to do. I'm suspecting this one's going to be slightly different to the other one. It's going to be something new. So it says here, using fields from all 3 tables this time. So we're on all 3 tables to produce a tabular report that. So again, I'm going to jump to the section where it says shows all these fields. Show this one here, shows only the fields. And this is the order. So I've got first name, last name. Okay, and I can see up here, it's going to contain a new field called that, which is calculated at runtime. So when I get to this one down here, age graded here, what I'm going to be adding, I'm going to jump back to here to do that one. So let's get started with this. So I want to create a new query, first name, last name, age category, year of birth, age, club name, race time, age graded, and gender result in that order. So let's get started. So again, I'm going to go to create, query design view. We're going to add all 3 tables, 1, 2, 3. Good. I can close these for space. And I just like organizing these so they look like this. I like seeing the relationship lines like that. And just bring this up, make it a bit easier. So I'm going to start adding. So I need to add first name, last name. Here we go. First name, last name. Age category, year of birth. Age cat, year of birth. Age, club name. Age, club name is over here. Race time. Race time is here. Now it says, now I want age graded. So let's go see how we do that. It says that age graded is calculated at runtime, and this field will calculate the record time divided by the race time. Okay, so let's go do that. So this next field here, I'm going to right click on it. Let's just click away so it's not selected. Right click in that first box here. I want to go to build. From here, I need to go and find the record time and race time. Now, to find that, these are fields which are inside the table, and the table is inside the database. Here is my database. So I'm going to expand my database. Here, I want to expand my tables. Here, I want to find the table which contains the record time and race time, and I can see that over here. There's the record time and there's the race time. This is in the race table. So I'm going to click on the race table, and now I want to do the record time. There it is. Double click on it. It adds it up here in the expression builder. Divided by, that's the slash, the other way. And then I want to divide that by race time. So I'm going to double click on that. So there's my expression, record time divided by race time. Click on OK. Now, since I've done something, I'm going to run this to make sure it works. There it is. Let's just expand that. And you can see the field name is EXPR1. But I'm not getting any errors, so let's go back. And I want to rename that to age underscore graded. So down here, I want to delete the EXPR1, but not the colon. I'm going to put age underscore graded, no spaces. And now we're going to run it again to make sure it's working. There it is, age underscore graded. Go back to design view. Let's go back to our question paper. So we've done that one. We've done that, calculated it. Displays the age graded field as a percentage to 1 decimal place. Okay, so now we're going to go back to our design view. We need to select this, but we want to see its properties. So I'm going to right click. If you can't see the properties, you can right click on it, go to properties. Here's my properties window here. I want to change the format to percent and decimal places to 1. Now, if I run this, there we go. I've got percentages and there's 1 decimal place. That's 80.0, 84.6. So that's perfect. So I'm just going to click on save. That's going to be query 22 for question 22. And go back to design view and see if there's anything else that I need to do.
If you're a first or second year med student,
it shows only the fields we've done that in that order with data labels. Do not group the date. Right, now we need to sort data into ascending order of gender result only. So there's only one field. This one, because there's only one field for this time, I'm going to do the sorting from the query design, just because some of you have been asking about this. So I want gender result. Didn't I add that? Did I forget that one? Shows field, last name, age, year of birth, club, race. Oh, I need to add the gender result as well at the end. I didn't add that at the end. So gender result, add that there. And just to do a quick run. So that works. There we go. And now I need to do the sorting. I'm going to, because it's only one sort, I'm going to do it here. And we need to double check that when we go to the report, it doesn't mix the order that we have assigned everything. So I want gender result descending. So I'm going to click here for the sort and choose descending. I'm going to click on save. I'm going to run that. And now the gender result is descending. Can you see it starts from the 300s, 200s, 100s going down? Good. Okay, so we've done that as well. The only thing that's left to do now, from what I can see from the query, is these ones at the top. Now, maybe it's not a good idea that I left them last, but as long as you're ticking things off and you just double check everything, that's fine. So now I want to apply the query. Age cat is FSE 29 or FSE 39. So I'm going to cheat. I'm just going to copy this because essentially what they've done here, they have given you, I don't think I can copy it. It's a bit messy. They've given you basically the entire command. So if you just write that command exactly as it is, that's essentially your query. So let's go do that now. So back to design view, and I want for the age cat, where are we? Age cat here. For the criteria, I want FSE 29 or FSE 39. So if I run this to double check, so here we go, we can see for the age cat, I've only got FSE 39 or 29. Okay, perfect. And then I want from my query, the club name does not include the word independent, does not include independent. So let's go back, run that, and we're going to just have a look at the club name to see what it is that we're looking at here. Okay, so there's independent here and here. So we don't want these included. Okay, so currently I've got 58 records. So let's go back. So if I click in here, there's two ways of doing this. I can write not independent. Okay, if you click away, it's going to, you can see it's recognized the word not as a command. So if I run that now, I've actually got 43 records now, and you can see independent is not included. Now, the other way you can do this is with the not equal, and that is the two chevrons like that. That means essentially not equal to, and you can write independent. Now, if you do a spelling mistake here, you're not going to get any results. Okay, so there you go, 43. If I have a spelling mistake, let's say I put independent, which is something I do very oftenly with an A, I get no results. Well, I will get results for the other one, but you can see it's back to 58 and independent is being included. So I just need to make sure I spell that correctly. All right, there we go. Good, so I can do a Control S, go back to my question paper and see if there's anything else I have to do. So I've done, let's just change this to red now. I've done that. I've done that. Contains a new field. I've done that. I've done the calculate record divided by race time correct. I've changed it to percentages. I've added all the field names. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 9 field names, I think, if I counted correctly. Sorts the data into the descending order. I've done that in the design. And now I can go do the report. So page orientation is landscape, single page wide, but it can be many pages long. It only says single page wide. Includes the title this at the top. Has your name, center number, candidate number in the footer of this report, so it appears in the same position on every page. Okay, so let's jump back. I'm going to click on save. I can close this. I can now go to create report wizard. I'm going to make sure I choose query 22, Q22, add everything, make sure everything is in the right order. Next. Choose the correct one, which doesn't give grouping, so not that one. This one doesn't have any grouping. I'm not going to add any manual grouping. Next. I'm not going to do any sorting. I already did that in the query design. Next. And I want landscape. Next. And I'm going to preview my report. Finish. Okay, so here we go. I've got this, and I've actually got 2 pages. That's fine. It didn't say it has to be 1. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this now, and I'm going to adjust all of these and just check everything and make sure everything's working, including the sorting. So the first thing, I'm just going to make that first name just a little bit smaller. Go back, preview that. Again, some of you prefer the layout view. That's absolutely fine. If you do, I don't mind. Whatever it is that you use, that's absolutely fine. But what I'm doing, I'm just drawing a box over the 2 items that I want to modify. That selects both of them, and I can change the width at the same time. Now, I'm just going to do this quietly now, so I might just fast forward to the end. Okay, that looks good. Everything is done. Everything is clearly visible and nothing is being cut off. So my next step is to go and add the title. My title is going to be Senior Female Club, Senior Female Club, capital letter for each one. Competitors. Displayed in a larger font size. Yes, it is. Has your name, center number, candidate number in the footer of the report. So this is going to be, and the same, and then it says, that's a bit silly, isn't it? So they mess you up. They say candidate number in the footer of the report. So you instinctively think that you have to put this in the report footer. But it says so it appears in the same position on every page. So if you put this on the report footer, it's only going to appear at the end of the report on the last page. The fact that it has to be on every page, and that makes sense because you're required to have your details on every single page. It's not the report, the report footer they want, it's the page footer. So I'm just going to click over these two here, delete those, create a label, not a text box. Again, I'm going to put this here because it doesn't say where it should be left or right. One, two, three, four. I'm going to click away, click on the box to select it. And now from home, I can just move that to the right so it looks nice and neat. Okay, now I'm going to check very quickly that gender. There you go. So the gender result has maintained my sorting in descending order. That's absolutely great, which I applied this time in the query design view for some of you that have been requesting this. But you can only do this if you've only got one sorting field. Okay. All right. I think that's that. I just need to save and print. So here you'll go to File, Print. Oh, go away. Print. Have a quick print preview. See how many pages this is. That's 2 pages. My details are on every page. Everything is clearly visible. Nothing is being cut off. And I'll be able to go ahead and print that. Okay. Back to the question paper. Is there anything else? No. Okay, so that was part 2 for this 2025 November paper 2 exam paper. This was on databases. Again, nothing spectacular, 2 rather simplish query design and reports. There were no data entry forms. There wasn't anything which is really weird. They did actually have you import the CSV file, apply the data types, and then make you go and modify the data type where you had to change the data type to date and time and apply the correct formatting. They had the percentage with 1 decimal place, but apart from that, that wasn't a bad paper. That was really good. I can't really complain with that. So I'm hoping that the 3rd tutorial on this, which is on the PowerPoint presentation and the chart creation, is not going to be too bad either. So if you like this tutorial, you learned something new, you know the drill, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe. I'll see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.